Hey, it's Benjamin, and I'm the lead pastor here at Community Evangelical Free Church. And for the last year, every time I've gotten in front of a camera, I think it's been to talk about masks or COVID or the governor or whatever changes we're making. And I'm not here to talk about any of that, thankfully. What I want to do is help you feel like an insider here at the church so that you would know what's going on. So if you'll give me 5 minutes, what I want to do is help you know what's going on and feel like an insider over the next 5 months here at our church. So one thing about March, and then a bunch of things for May and beyond. So the thing about March, we're going to be preaching a sermon series, 5 weeks, here leading towards Easter, and it's going to be announcing to you and teaching through with you our new vision, values, mission, tagline. I'm not even sure the best name for it, but I'll tell you what it is. To see the weak, wounded, and wayward enjoy the living Jesus. And I'll just say this, for the last 6-7 months, our leadership team, what we call the pastor elders here at our church, have been praying through and thinking through what that might be. And when we wrote, to see the weak, wounded, and wayward enjoy the living Jesus, it was for me the first time where I saw something written on paper and I said, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do when I stand behind the pulpit to preach or other aspects of ministry. That's what I want to happen. So we're going to take each phrase within that and teach through it for the next 5 weeks. So that's March. Here's a bunch of things in May, and they may feel like rapid fire, but again, you're not going to see these necessarily on Sunday morning, but they're the behind-the-scenes things that I'm helping us, along with many others, work towards to really build this scaffolding, so to speak, that will help our church thrive in the coming years. So the first one is on May 2nd, we're going to have a congregational meeting where, Lord willing, we'll be inviting to our church another lay pastor elder. So what that means is a volunteer pastor. So Tony Pitts has been a member of our church for a while, and he's been partnering with our elder team to pray and think about what it might mean to join us. So we're hoping that happens in the beginning of May. We're also hoping to add another deacon or deaconess to what we call the diaconate, the servant ministry here of the church that really seeks out in practical ways to love those in need, and whatever need looks like. So that's happening. We're also going to recommission the men's and women's ministry teams and the leaders of those teams. So we had 2 leaders for each of them, and for different and good reasons, they stepped away over the last few months. And so what we're doing right now is reconstituting and commissioning those teams, especially kind of in a, Lord willing, if COVID backs up a little bit, they'll be able to do ministries, events, and activities in a way we haven't for the last year. So we're excited about that. We're talking through our missionary outreach partners and who they are and how they partner with our church. So that's happening. We're unrolling to the church our 5-year goals. Now, just a funny quirk of this, about 6 years ago, we had 5-year goals. So if you're quick in doing math here, 6 years ago, having 5 years goals means that for a year we haven't really had goals, which isn't exactly true. But it's also been a hard year where staying afloat was pretty much a goal and making much of Jesus in the meantime. So we're going to be announcing what the next 5 years might look like related to goals. And then here's the final thing I want to mention. This week is actually my 7th year here at the church. And so we have a policy at our church that staff pastors who have been on staff for 5 years have an opportunity to rest and take a sabbatical. And so I'm going to be away for a few months this summer. Probably not away. I might be at the beach and I might be at Hershey Park a lot, but I'll be right around the corner for most of that time, taking some classes, resting with my family. And we've set up Ben and David to do a lot of the preaching as well as some others. And so I'm excited about what this means for me as a family to be able to rest here. And then also for what it means for our church to let a few other leaders thrive and really kind of stretch their wings and do some shepherding here at the church. And so all of that's happening. I just want you to know what's going on, and so you feel like when you come to church on Sunday, okay, yeah, I'm excited about what I see on Sunday, but also so you know what's happening behind the scenes. And just it's a pleasure and a privilege to pastor this church over the last 7 years, and especially over these next 7 months.